You are on the channel Quotes of Great Men. Enjoy watching. During my medical education at the University of Ball, I found vivisection horrible, barbarous, and above all unnecessary. The Christian missionary may preach the gospel to the poor naked heathen, but the spiritual heathen who populate Europe have as yet heard nothing of Christianity. His retreat into himself is not a final renunciation of the world, but a search for quietude, where alone it is possible for him to make his contribution to the life of the community. It is not for us to send out missionaries to foreign peoples. It is our task to build up our own Western culture. All neurotics seek the religious. About a third of my cases are suffering from no clinically definable neurosis, but from the senselessness and emptiness of their lives. The answer to human life is not to be found within the limits of human life. I have gradually learned to be cautious even in disbelief. People are never helped in their suffering by what they think for themselves, but only by revelation of a wisdom greater than their own. It is this which lifts them out of their distress. The unsatisfied yearning of the artist reaches back to the primordial image in the unconscious, which is best fitted to compensate the inadequacy and one-sidedness of the present. My whole being was seeking for something still unknown which might confer meaning upon the banality of life. The symbols of the self arise in the depths of the body, and they express its materiality every bit as much as the perceiving consciousness. The symbol is thus a living body. The brain is viewed as an appendage of the genital glands. When religion stops talking about animals, it will be all downhill. Dream the dream onward. The Platonic world of ideas corresponds to thinking and sensation on the mystical level. Life is crazy and meaningful at once. The majority of my patients consisted not of believers, but of those who had lost their faith. Because the European does not know his own unconscious, he does not understand the East and projects it into everything he fears and despises in himself. The gods have become our diseases. Insight that dawns slowly seems to me to have more lasting effects than a fitful idealism, which is unlikely to hold out for long. Science is the tool of the Western mind, and with it more doors can be opened than with bare hands. It is a moral achievement on the part of the doctor who ought not to let himself be repelled by sickness and corruption. And what shall we know of this life on earth after death? The dissolution of our time-bound form in eternity brings no loss of meaning. Rather, does the little finger know itself a member of the hand? The wine of youth does not always clear with advancing years. Sometimes it grows turbid. It is astounding that man, the instigator, inventor, and vehicle of all these developments, the originator of all judgments and decisions and the planner of the future, must make himself such a quantite negligible. I came to Freud for facts. I read the interpretation of dreams and I thought, oh, here's a man who is not just theorizing away. Here's a man who has got facts. Consciousness can keep only a few images in full clarity at one time, and even this clarity fluctuates. I have never since entirely freed myself of the impression that this life is a segment of existence which is enacted in a three-dimensional box-like universe especially set up for it. A purely psychological explanation is ruled out. The discs show signs of intelligent guidance by quasi-human pilots. I have always said to my pupils, learn as much as you can about symbolism, then forget it when you are analyzing a dream. There are cases where psychoanalysis works worse than anything else. But who said that psychoanalysis was to be applied always and everywhere? Hitler is a shy and friendly man with artistic tastes and gifts. No concept is a carrier of life. To make what fate intends for me my own intention. He who looks without dreams, he who looks within awakes. Paul hardly ever allows the real Jesus of Nazareth to get a word in. I had to make a confession of faith in stone. That was the beginning of the tower, the house I built for myself at Bollingen. Between the dreams of night and day there is not so great a difference. But India did not pass me by without a trace. It left tracks which lead me from one infinity to another infinity. One of the most difficult tasks men can perform, however much others may despise it, is the invention of good games. Doesn't the world bring forth thinking in human heads with the same necessity that it brings forth blossoms on the plant? In the final analysis, we count for something only because of the essential that we embody. If we do not embody that, life is wasted. A book of mine is always a matter of fate. There is something unpredictable about the process of writing, and I cannot prescribe for myself any predetermined course. If you watch to the end, I am very grateful to you. Watch also these videos.